Let's talk for a moment about the Oscars. So the Oscars nominate a film called No Other Land about Palestinians in Masafar Yatta that are being displaced by the Israelis. A few points. First of all, the dispute there, if you go look at it, is a few thousand people who've been squatting or intruding or just living in an area that you can believe belongs to them for the past 30 years or so. It's not some kind of indigenous land. It's not like the Native Americans being displaced of a place. Even the Palestinian side agrees that this conflict is no longer than a few decades. So that's just for context. Number two, you saw the Israeli filmmaker get up there, Yuval Avraham, and you saw the Palestinian one get up there. You saw the Israelis speak passionately about the need for justice for Palestinians and ask for the release of the hostages. What you didn't see is any kind of acknowledgement from the Palestinian filmmaker of the humanity of Israelis. Not a call for the return of the hostages, not a word against Hamas, not a word about the need for a two-state solution, nothing. And you know what? This has been the new norm for Jewish people. We are always expected to express sympathy for both sides, to call for a two-sided solution, to acknowledge the pain and suffering on the other side, which I will acknowledge is real. But the other side has no expectations. There's no expectations for the other side. Nothing is demanded of them. Nothing is expected of them. Every Jew and Israeli is expected to get up there and speak of the pain of both sides and the need for a just peace for both sides and acknowledge the pain of both sides. But when they get up there, nothing about us, even when we know the fact is that Hamas are the aggressors, even though when we know that Palestinians are the one who triggered October the 7th. And in the case of the West Bank situation described in the movie No Other Land, also in that case, they would have had a state of their own had they accepted the two-state solution in 1947, in 1948, in 1967, 1973, any number of times, as far as 2008, when Olmert offered them all of that. They refused a two-state solution. And in fact, I would ask the filmmaker, do you want a two-state solution? The answer is they insist on eradicating us. They insist on pushing us into the Mediterranean. And then they say, oh, well, look, bloody murder. They're not giving us what we want. Yeah, you want a state of your own? Take it, please. But commit yourself to peace. Reject terrorism. Commit yourself to a civil society that doesn't shoot rockets out of hospitals or store RPGs in schools. Once you do that, you will have a state of your own. But once again, there are zero expectations for the Palestinian side and all the expectations for the Israeli side. Finally, a word about appropriation. No Other Land. No Other Land is one of the most famous Israeli songs, En Li Eretz Acheret, by Ehud Manor. They took even this, they appropriated it, they took the words of this song, En Li Eretz Acheret, and they applied the No Other Land to the Palestinian cause. Once again, we were robbed and it was appropriated away from us. Too many times that happens.